I haven't been sent a "She Loves Me Like Jesus Does" yet, you know. So the day that I get that song and it touches me, and I feel like I can, I don't know, convey the message, then I'll cut that song and put it on the record. But until then, I'll just keep writing and finding them with my boys. Well, originally it started out as a conversation about the Apostle Paul and on the road to Damascus, and we were coming out of Backslider, and I was just trying to figure out where I was going. So I think Ryan Tyndall, a co-writer friend of mine, his wife had made a sculpture or something. She's an artist, and we were talking about that, and I was like, dang, I feel like I'm on my own road to Damascus right now trying to figure out where to go next. And then as we started working on the songs, it was just like there was a lot of contrast in songs stylistically, lyrically, melodically, whatever. And so I was like, started thinking about Damascus in that way, and I was like, well, I'll just use all these different influences and these different sounds as my metal and throw it in the forge and try to make my own Damascus blade out of it, you know. I feel like there's a big segment in the record after the first song through Appalachian Alchemy, 215, 634, Forgotten Man, all that stuff. That's all pretty much aimed at a very specific demographic, and that's middle class, lower middle class, working class people. And I just would like them to see the imagery in the songs, know I've been there, and know that I care. You know, and that most of the record is for them. Well, yeah, I mean, I guess it's important to me. I'm not against cutting an outside song, you know. I just haven't been sent that song yet. You know, I'm still cutting outside or recording outside songs is a huge part of country music's history and lineage, but you know, I haven't been sent a "She Loves Me Like Jesus Does" yet, you know. So the day that I get that song and it touches me, and I feel like I can, I don't know, convey the message, then I'll cut that song and put it on the record. But until then, I'll just keep writing and finding them with my boys. Mac Miller I think Mac Miller is, kind of shows his face in a few of the songs, Baptized, Jonesin in particular. I started listening to Mac towards the beginning of towards the end of Backslider, actually. Steve Mackey, who plays bass on some of the stuff and played bass on like the entire Backslider record, and Oscar were talking about this guy, Mac Miller, and I knew Mac just because I'd heard of his passing and stuff. So I dove into the music, and the last couple records, the musicianship is really incredible. It's like lo-fi jazz with hip-hop over it, and I just really love that sound. I'd never really heard it before, and I related to him. The first song I ever heard was 2009, and 2009 was a pretty tough year in my life, so it ain't 2009 no more. I got tattooed on my arm just to remind me that it ain't 2009 no more. So yeah, he was a big influence on this record for sure. Well, I grew up, I mean, my first love for music probably came from singing in church. My brother was in an accident, and he had a song that he sang before the accident called "Victory is Sweet." And after the accident, it was some brain injury, so he wasn't able to sing quite like he used to be able to. So I kind of took over this song, singing at church, and it's my first time ever singing in front of the congregation, or in front of people, you know, solo. So I fell in love with it that way, but also my granny, who I mentioned in the song, was a huge influence in my life musically and spiritually, and just that's how to be a good human being. And she gave me a Roger Miller CD, Greatest Hits CD, and she taught me E, A, and B on guitar. Those first three chords I ever learned. She was like, you can pretty much learn any of these songs with those three chords. But I lost her when I was in high school in a car accident, and I still miss her to this day. Think of her very often. But that song was kind of me missing my granny, a tribute to her, and just hoping that, I don't know, hoping that heaven may have some of the simpler things in life that has made me happy along the way, like going to Pine Knob Creek and swimming in my blue jeans when I was a kid. I gotta know before I go, does heaven have a creek where I can swim in my old blue jeans? Can they wash the sins off me? many more nights like Ascend Amphitheater, playing shows with friends, you know, continuing to create music I'm proud of with my friends and new people that come in. I don't know, man, I really believe in this project. I was willing to risk it all for this project. There were times where I didn't know if we were ever going to be able to put this music out in the world. So I'm hoping that, you know, with big risk comes big reward. And for me, that's just seeing more people at shows. I think everything else just is supposed to contribute to that one thing. The main goal for all of us involved, my entire team, myself, is to just see more people at shows. And whether that's through opportunities like this and people seeing interviews and falling in love with the music or the person or whatever, or if it's radio or if it's a streaming thing or a viral moment, whatever it may be, it's all supposed to lead to more people coming to shows, more support, and hopefully recognizing that I'm putting my heart and soul into these songs and trying to represent the people that I care about the most, as working class people, to the best of my ability.